Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a new topic that is lumberjack in Canada. Actually, it is a case study, and this is the third part of chapter 6. So let's start today's class. Students, in today's class, we will be discussing about lumbering in Canada, lumberjack and their categories, in which we will discuss high riggers, sawyers and buckers, skiders, haulers, and in last we will have modern lumberjack. So first of all, we will discuss what is lumbering. Lumbering refers to the harvesting of timber and finally chopping them into required shapes and size. Now, related to lumbering, a new term usually came, that is lumberjack. People associated with the practice called lumberjacks. In the other words, we can see that lumberjacks usually refers to a logger from an earlier time, before the advent of modern logging equipment. Other terms used for the class of people engaged in lumbering are woodcutter and woodhicks. Next, life of a lumberjack. A lumberjack leads an isolated life which is full of hardship. They set out in autumn to leave a temporary wooden house or shanty with steep roofs. After a whole day's hard work in the forest, they seek relaxation in activities such as swapping stories, fighting, and socializing. The term lumberjill is used for a woman who practices lumbering. Categories of lumberjack. In Canada, lumberjack or shanty boys are the people who practices lumbering. They are basically farmers who stop working with advent of winter. So mainly there are four categories of lumberjack, in which the first one is high riggers. High riggers do the most risky work of climbing the tall coniferous trees. They wear spiked shoes and climb to the tree with the help of safety belt that is slung around them and the trees. After climbing, they used to cut the branches of the tree. Next to high riggers, the second stage comes to sawyers or buckers. These people perform the task of cutting the felled branches into proper sizes. Logs for the sawmills are cut into the length of 4.5 meter or 5 meter. Logs for the pulp mills are cut into 1 meter or 1.5 meter. Instead of axes, chainsaws driven by power are now being used to do the work with less effort. The third position comes to skidders. They used to drag the logs of different sizes to a road, a railways or a river bank. When large number of logs are to be moved, tractors are used to pull chained bundle of logs along the skid trails. And then in last we are having haulers. Haulers are involved in moving the logs down the stream. They wear spiked boots to move on the floating logs to clear jamming. Their work start when the ice start in spring. And now we will discuss that why lumbering is done in Canada. Like we in India, people mainly adapt the occupation, or you can say mainly have occupation of farming just because of its geographical location. Like in Canada also, people, this lumbering is one of the major occupation of people, that is of Canadian people, because coniferous forest cover about 60% of the total land area of the country. It provides raw material for industries that produce paper, pulp, plywood, veneer, and so on. So now we will discuss that what are the reasons for highly developed lumbering industry in Canada. Canada has a highly developed lumbering industry because of many reasons. Some of the main reasons are cheap, presence of cheap hydroelectricity, then excellent railway and water transport. Then about 60% of the total land area of this country is covered with coniferous forests that provide raw material to the industry. And here are some more reasons for highly developed industry in Canada. The first one is abundance of hydroelectricity, enormous resources of coniferous softwood trees, modern mechanized mill, excellent railway and water transport, relatively small population. And now modern lumberjack. The life of Canadian lumberjack is on the way of modernization, following the introduction of a wide range of modern scientific tools and new techniques of lumbering. The task of the lumberjack has become much easier than that of their predecessors. Many of them earn huge amount of money after working for several years in the log farms. Modern scientific methods have brought in a change in their risky and difficult operation of lumbering. And now here's a message for you. As you can see in the picture, as we all know that lumbering somehow leads to deforestation. Deforestation that causes 15% of global greenhouse gases that are released when forests are being destroyed by such activities of lumbering. So this must be stopped. Otherwise, for our next generation, trees can be sown in pictures only. That's all for today's. Thank you. Hope this video will be helpful for you. Let me know if you are having any confusion related to this video in your Google Classroom. Thank you. Have a nice day.